doggy. What is going on, everybody? I hope and pray everybody is doing phenomenally well. So, I wanted to do a quick video about making offers to sellers, particularly more so when it comes to running comps. Um, and I want you to know, yes, we always follow that golden formula, that 70% of the ARV minus repairs. But sometimes there are gray areas. And I see a lot of students and a lot of y'all getting hung up there. Remember, not everything is going to be black and white, because if you are in a rural area, then there aren't going to be any comps to go on most of the time. And so you want to make the best educated guess that you can, especially when it comes to wholesaling, because there's such a huge margin of error there, right? So if you get it property under contract at a certain amount, you're looking at Zillow, your Redfin, PropStream, the CAD, which is the County Appraisal District, trying to get a good ballpark on what the property is worth to make your offer. If you get it under contract at, let's just say, $50,000, and you send it out and nobody is interested in it, then okay, I'm going to lower my price of my assignment fee. So if I upped it to $60,000 and nobody's interested, I'll do another email and say, hey, huge price drop on a property for $55,000. Okay, let's just say nobody's interested in it at $55,000. So then I'm going to go back to the seller and I'm going to say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, unfortunately, I thought that we could get this done for you at this, but unfortunately, my partners are saying we can't. We're going to need to be somewhere around that $30 to $35,000 mark to make it happen. And you're going to find out sincerely, it is really easy to renegotiate. Okay. If I told all of y'all, let's do this. Let's play this out. If I told everybody on this call that, hey, I'm going to give you $50,000 cash within 10 minutes, 2 minutes, right? You are already thinking about what you're going to spend that $50,000 on. Okay. I can pay my car off. I can pay those credit cards off, and all this other good stuff. So let's just say I came back and said, hey, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I'm not able to give you $50,000, but I'm still going to give you 35. Yes, you're going to be a little bummed out and say, oh man, but guess what? I can still pay my car off. And you've already done the hard work by building the trust and rapport there. And so they're still going to work with you most of the time. And if not, remember, just let them know that, hey, if they say, no, that won't work for me, I completely understand 100%. I'm sorry that I couldn't make this happen for you. I'll send over a termination of contract to you here shortly. If something changes or I can be of service in any kind of way, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, I am so sorry that I wasn't able to get this done for you. Just that simple, y'all. Okay. Now, if you're going to actually buy the property and flip it, that's another video and another conversation, because we want to make sure that we're following numbers and looking at them and we're not guessing at all. We're going to take the guesswork out of anything that I put my money on or an investor's money on. I want solid factual comps. And that's why I only do flips in hot markets, in hot areas where a lot of transactions are going on, because I don't want to be guessing about what I'm going to be able to sell a property for. But I want to kind of give you like a prime example. Let me see if I can do a screen share. Bear with me, y'all. Hold on, I'm sorry. I got to do something. Okay, so you see here, this is a property. It's a rural property that one of the members in the corral are working on that they have, and they can't find solid comps on it. So unfortunately, it's really not much you can do. So one thing that I'm going to be looking at this equity right here in the property. I'm also going to be paying attention to the rent rates, because I know that if the rent rates are $1,400, I can possibly sell this as a rental property. So investors will buy. If you're not familiar with the 1% rule, that means that if their all-in cost is $100,000, they need to be able to rent that property out for $1,000. If it's $150,000 all in, they need to be able to rent that property for $1,500. So you get what I'm saying here. So definitely keep those two things in consideration. But as you see, there's no comps here. Okay, nothing. And this one is a very unique deal, because not only is it in a rural area, but it also has a bar lounge business attached to it that the homeowner built. So this is a very, very unique property. It's very rare that you're going to find. As of today, I've never dealt with a property that has a business attached to it in regards to a bar. I've never had a bar attached to a house. So, but in regards to trying to find comps, and what I told the student is just focus on the house and not so much the bar, because the bar is a different thing. But I want to start going out. You see where I'm changing my distance? So instead of half a mile, let's go a mile out and see if we get something. And we have. When we went out a mile, we got one comp here for 139. That's good. We're starting to get some numbers now. You can also go. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, date range. So instead of going a year back, we can even go a year and a half, maybe. So you can just play around with it and trying to get perfect. Going about a year and a half back, look, it gave us two comps now. So 139, 125. So these are good things. So keep in mind, you just have to play around with everything. And when you do, you'll start to make an educated guess. So just on those two properties, I already know I'm going to be somewhere around that 100K mark offer. And ironically, remember, the rent rates were 1,400. So these will meet the 1% rule. So always keep stuff like that in mind, y'all. But that is all I wanted to share with y'all, because I don't want you to get hung up and spend too much time on properties and making offers. But all right, y'all, take care.